In this video, we are going to look at problem 3697, compute decimal representation. In this video, we are going to practice for loop, and also we are going to do some type conversion. So here we are given a positive integer, and we want to return its base 10 component representation. So if you look at the first two examples, you can see we write into hundreds and tens and the last digit, right? So here will be 102 because the tens have a coefficient 0, so you just ignore that. So in other words, the sum of the list will correspond to the number n, right? So here, the n is less than or equal to 10 to the power 9. In other words, the output will have at most length 10, right? So here, because this is an easy problem, we are going to do the coding directly. So first, we can have a result. So this is the list, and we are going to return its final state. And then we want to iterate over these decimals. So we can use some while loop to get all those numbers, or we can do a type conversion. So for example, here I can make it a string, right? So this way you can print out that. So you will get 537, but these two are different because this is string, that's the integer, right? So then we can iterate. And basically for I, let me right here, for I in range length of s, right? So we want to, because of this example too, we want to check if the current digits is non-zero. So the digit, so it's going to be integer of si, right? So if d is 0, we just continue. Otherwise, if d is not 0, right? So the result will be append a corresponding decimal times 10 to the power the position. So the position is count from the right, from 0, 1, and 2. The most significant one is the length minus 1. So here we're going to do length s minus 1. So if your I is 0, so corresponding minus 0, right? If your I is 1, the significance is downgraded by 1, so that's why we have this, right? So now you just need to return s, not return s, return the result. Let me check the result. Yeah, it passes the 3 test cases. Now you can submit that. So you get this thing. You can submit again. Yeah. So this is the one way. Now let's do another way. So here, let's first get the digits in the number, and then we do this. So the digits we can get like this. So well, n is greater than 0, right? So digits append. Let me write it like this. N r is dev mode. So n integer division by 10, right? So digits append this r, right? So you can print out these digits. So let's see what we get. For the first one, we get a 735, and for the last one, we get a 201, right? For this one, you get 6. We don't need to revert this one because we can iterate like this. So we get a result, and then for I digit in enumerate digits, right? So here the I is also corresponding to the significance. For example, 7 is 0, 3 is 1, right? So what we want to do is this. So we are going to do result append. So d times 10 to the power I, right? But for the return, we need to reverse this. Let's see. We change this one to be version v1. No, let's check that. Case 2. Yeah, I forgot to check 0 if d is not 0, right? So we do this. Yeah, it passes the 3 test cases. Now let's look at the generic case. Yeah, it passes all the cases. So here, actually, what we practiced is a for loop here and here. And based on what you prefer, so you can translate this, convert this integer into a string, and then conveniently iterate. Or you can just use a while loop to get the digits. So due to the assumption that the constraint is n is less than or equal to 10 to the power 9, so this is just at most 10 times, right? So with that said, that's it for the current video. Thank you for watching.